Well, she has made a big old steaming pile of mess of her life, and she's trying to get back in the right direction and figure out how to proceed. And she'd like a little bit of guidance here, a right first step. And look, some people can make a complete mess out of their lives.
And some of them might be in this room.
Yeah, that's how we know so much.
Definitely, let's give advice.
So this email comes from somebody who's been married for 8 years. And 2 months ago, they got a little bit hammered and were hanging with a coworker out of town doing a convention. One thing led to another.
Oh, no.
Didn't think much of it, but now she's pregnant.
Oh, no.
And she does not really know who the father is. And her husband found out about it, and he's very excited. But the problem is, to add a little twist to this, is apparently the guy that she was with on the little excursion out of town does not look even close to her husband. I'm talking about skin tone and everything. Different ethnicity.
Good Lord.
Yes.
This is a nightmare.
Yep. So they're trying to figure out exactly, do I confess now and possibly destroy my marriage, or keep my mouth shut and deal with the fallout later? What would you do?
Oh, my gosh.
Look, and this is always a weird reaction that sometimes people have. I think your infidelity needs to be confessed. I think that if you care about your relationship, that it's built on trust, you've destroyed it, you got to be honest with it. And if you want to maintain it and retain it, then you've got to start somewhere and build up that trust again. Some people will have this reaction where they're like, that's selfish. Like, you've done something selfish. Now you've got to live with the guilt of what you've done. And that's not fair to burden that then on your partner when you've cheated on them. And I was like, that's always a weird take. But a lot of people have that. They feel that way, that when somebody has cheated, that it's even worse to then confess of your infidelity to your partner.
With DNA, what it is today, they're going to figure out the paternity. Like, this is going to come back to haunt you if you try to keep it a secret.
Yeah, I would want to know. If you cheated on me, you got pregnant, and there's a chance it's not my baby, I'd like to know this information.
Yeah, so to me, my take is you confess, and you confess now. You just go ahead and you do it, and you just say this is what it is, and you realize that you're probably going to wind up alone and you're going to have issues, and who knows where it goes. Let's say maybe it is your husband's baby. Well, then you're going to be raising all of your kids separately. Let's say that it's the guy that you slept with on the little convention night when you're out of town. Then you're going to have to figure out how you're going to co-parent that while you're co-parenting now. So if you need any advice on that, call Cardi B. So, that's what my thought is. Just rip the Band-Aid off, go confess to it right now, and then start to rebuild your life in the best way you can. You made bad decisions. All you can do is just be open about the bad decisions you made, and then try to start making good ones in a long series of decisions.
Because the truth will come out.
There are 3 options I see. You confess now, you never confess, or you confess later. And a majority of people, and a lot, 93% said confess now. Just do the right thing, get it over with. 5% of people said never confess. 2% said confess later. There is a bit of a wrinkle in this story that might make you think otherwise. Natalie said, you can check paternity before the baby is born. Both parties need to consent. Is there going to be anybody that says you go to the guy that you had the fling with, you say, hey, I am pregnant. Should we see if this is your child or not? And if it is, we can figure out what we're going to do. And if it is not, then let's just never talk about this night, and I go back to living my life with my husband and family.
I thought there was a certain point of time where if you're pregnant, it starts to get dangerous for the mother and baby, I thought.
Anytime they do an in vitro paternity test, it's risky. Because they have to they have to go in there with a needle, and you're, entering the amniotic sac.
Yeah, I think there's a period in the beginning you're able to do it, but then, I don't know, I'm no doctor. I don't know if you guys knew that or not.
No, we couldn't tell.
Yeah, if there is any kind of risk, I am not a big fan of that, to try to cover up your sins. Because in a sense, you're talking about 2. You risk the baby's health, and then it's all to find out if you can just keep the secret from your husband forever.
You can do the paternity as soon as the baby is born, a lot safer. I would lean that way, just for the safety of this child.
I mean, some people don't care if they're honest. I mean, if you're a person that cares about being honest, this is going to tear you up.
I mean, if you want to go viral, make a TikTok of both dudes in the delivery room as you're pushing this baby out. And who's going to be the daddy? I mean, that's a great video. I would watch that.
And all of a sudden, Maury Povich comes out.
You are not the father.
And it's a twist. It's actually the delivering doctor who it's his baby.
Oh, Kevin.
What?
That's amazing.
Okay, so I asked the question, if she finds out that it is her husband's baby, does she still confess? If she does do that test and she finds out and she's like, oh my gosh, thank goodness, this is actually my husband's baby, and all right, we can keep it quiet. Now, do you still say something? This is where the numbers flip a lot. Now 43% of people say never confess. Just go with that secret.
And realize you made a big mistake.
Learn from it. Don't ever mess up and do it again.
Exactly.
So, okay. So there are still, like I said, there are a lot of people that think it is best if you have had an affair to die with that secret.
Die.
Don't say a word. And that's almost half of the people right now sounding off on it.
Well,